Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about contact-free delivery on Grubhub. So one of my personal favorite opportunities on Grubhub is the option for contact-free delivery that customers have, because quite honestly, I think a lot of us can say it's just easier. It's a lot simpler for all parties involved. But that also said, there are some things that people could just do better. So with that said, I want to go over everything that needs to be said about contact-free deliveries, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do any of that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over in this video is very market dependent, and what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. What is a contact-free delivery? Contact-free delivery lets customers request the order be left at their door, in their lobby, or another place at the delivery location. Due to social distancing, Grubhub diners are defaulted into the contact-free delivery option. Even if they don't select this option directly, many of them are leaving clear instructions in the delivery notes. Now, that being said, this particular page was updated via COVID-19. It's a little older, to say the least, but that also said, you should really follow the instructions on here either way for your own personal protection. What do I do if the diner opts out of contact-free delivery? If a diner opts out of a contact-free delivery and you feel uncomfortable personally, call the diner and let them know you'd prefer a contact-free delivery and identify a mutually agreeable delivery handoff location. Be sure to watch the diner pick up their food. To be honest, it really doesn't make that much of a difference anymore whether they take it out of your hand or whether it's at their door. You probably should just have a picture, whether it's for your own personal records or otherwise, just in case. Follow these simple guidelines for a contact-free delivery. Once you arrive at a delivery location, check the delivery instructions again to see where the customer requested the order to be left. 9 times out of 10, it's at their door, whether it's their house door or apartment door. They can say leave it in the lobby, but if they do, just make sure you get a good image on where it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's on the front desk, it should be at the front desk. If they want you to put it somewhere off to the side, make sure you get a good angle so that way they can tell. You will need to take a photo to provide proof of delivery. Grubhub will text your photo to the customer so they will see their delivery. And like I said, you should just take the picture regardless. Tips for taking a good picture. Find a clean and safe location in the requested area to leave the order. Try to take a photo of the order with something that clearly identifies the drop-off location, such as a house or apartment number. Here are some examples of a good contact-free photo and a bad one. So with the photo, you got the apartment number, you got a placemat, and you got a wreath on the door. Now, a lot of the times, that wreath is actually going to cover up the apartment door, but the idea is that it's an identifiable marker for the customer to find it, and if there's even an issue, 9 times out of 10 they can figure it out. This doesn't tell me anything. You hung it on the door. Like, there are a lot of people with gold doorknobs and black doors, so this doesn't help anybody find the order. Although one can also argue that it's not on the ground. You don't know what's in the order itself. It could be leaking from this angle. Submit the photo and return to your vehicle. Swipe to complete the delivery. You're all set. I would also make sure you actually text the customer too, so that way, just in case, you make sure that you're protecting yourself as best you can. Just dropped off your order. I hope you have an awesome day. And it's gonna autofill the first line for you anyway. Please read this screen carefully for every order. And that screen's gonna look something like this. We already talked about everything that's actually on it, so if you want to check it out, you are free to do so. Now, I do have a couple side notes that I would like to go over on this subject. Get the right angle. Don't be in such a rush to just take the picture and move on. Try to actually get a good angle that shows the order and the apartment number if you can. If you can't, it is what it is, but if you need to take a second and actually finagle the picture in the right way, go for it. Turn on the flash, make sure you can see the address number. Turn the bag in such a way to where the receipt is facing the picture and the lens, just in case. You never know. On Doordash specifically, Pedro DoorDash Santiago got a wrong order delivered violation to where they couldn't identify that they got the right order. And if you're doing stack deliveries on Grubhub, they don't actually have that violation, but I would still do that just in case. This is why no tip, no trip. Keep in mind, this was a contact-free delivery. They had no contact with you whatsoever. They don't have to have contact with you whatsoever. And quite honestly, why should they have contact with you at all? They wanted you to just leave it at the door and go, which is exactly why you never take an order without a tip on the app, because you don't know if that's going to be the case until it actually happens. So if anybody goes and tells you something stupid like, I tip after service, they're lying through their teeth. They probably have a leave at door option on, and they probably just say that to manipulate drivers, specifically content creators, to test the theory of take every order and see how many cash tips you get. And in the meantime, they don't actually do that at all. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Just don't do it. Did I miss anything? Is there something else about contact-free deliveries on Grubhub that I have yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that anybody and everybody that wants to make money on Grubhub knows everything they need to know about contact-free deliveries, and that way they can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way on this platform. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!